בוקר טוב רבותיי, בוקר טוב. שבוע טוב מבורך, בעזרת השם. נמיר את רבי חיים פינטו, נמיר את בת השם, בבא שדה, רבי יעקב בוחצירא, my grandfather, רבי משה, big list בת השם. מהקדוש ברוך הוא give everyone big ברכה, להצלחה, בסייעתא דשמיא, מהקדוש ברוך הוא בת השם, make this week sweet like honey. You know, רבותיי, there's something that is very interesting, that we see in last week's Parasha that we just read, that I think is something that is very important, especially with the young generation, that suffer with this a lot. We see that Torah says that Aharon alav hashalom took the teraphim, put them on the camel, and then the Torah says that she sat on the teraphim. And like that she traveled with the teraphim. Now what is teraphim? Teraphim are actually what? Idols. Avodah zarah. So it was some sort of idol, some sort of idol worship that existed at the time. The Aharon put it on the camel and traveled with it. She sat on it, but she traveled with it. So now, but all the Mefarshim asked, we don't understand. Aharon, a tzaddiket like her, she kept idol worship with her, traveling with her. Instead of getting rid of the idol worship, instead of burning it, instead of crushing it, instead of putting it into the ocean, like what the halakha you have to do with idol worship, she comes and she travels with it, and she uses it like a chair to maybe to be more comfortable. I don't know. How was that possible? So now, Botai, many ask this question. And a lot of the questions that are asked are actually explained in a way of a complete Kabbalah, like the Maharal, Gurei Ari, ask this question and give very, very deep answers to it. But there's one answer, Rabotai, of the Ibn Ezra, that truly I think is very applicable for today's generation. The Ibn Ezra says that if Aharon alav hashalom was to take idol worship and to go out of her way and to burn it and to crush it and then to bury it or to throw it into the ocean, what would she be doing at that moment? She would be giving idol worship what? Importance. Where Aharon alav hashalom would have to go out of her way to get rid of something so important. Avodah zarah, that it's worth Aharon's time. So what did Aharon do? She said, I'm not going to give this Avodah zarah, this idol worship, any importance. I'm going to take it, I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to show it that it's worth nothing to me. It's not even worth my time to destroy it. It has no significance, it has no power, it has nothing. And by doing so, what did she do? She took the value of this idol worship, and instead of actually destroying it and showing it value, go. It's worth nothing. And that, Rabotai, is actually something we see in other places. There's even opinions, Rabotai, that say in the halakha, where a person cannot do avdalah with candles of akum. So you would think that the candle that belongs to a non-Jewish person, a candle like that, you're burning it. You can do avdalah with it. You're not necessarily doing a mitzvah. So there are opinions in the halakha that say that you cannot even burn a candle of a non-Jewish person to do avdalah with it. Why? Because you're taking a candle which does not have the concept of melacha, and you're giving it importance. That you're taking something that you don't want to give importance, and you're bringing it to a high level. Even if you're destroying it, and even if you're burning it, you're still lifting it up. Now, Botai, this can be applied with every single thing that we see in our life that can seem to us as something that is not good for us, or something that is a challenge for us. A lot of the time, Botai, when we find ourselves with, especially today, with problems of lashon hara, with problems of someone said this, someone did that, a lot of the time, Botai, we tend to give it importance by either reacting, by fighting back. We give it importance by going, you saw what this one did to me, you saw what that one did to me. But actually, what are we doing in that moment? We're taking it higher, and we're actually grading this evil force that's trying to come and go against us. And that, Rabotai, is a mistake that we all do. A lot of the time, Rabotai, when we face ourselves sometimes with conflict with people, with conflict with even with work, with conflict with, say, anything possible, we tend to give it importance by reacting, by fighting back, by trying to show, no, to prove myself right. I'm not going to allow anyone to think that I was wrong. But sometimes, Rabotai, the moment we do that, we're actually lifting it higher. How many times, Rabotai, a person can get up and say something about you, and if you didn't react and you walked by, it would at that moment disappear. No one would talk about it, no one would hear about it, nobody would ever know it ever existed. But the moment you get up and you start to react, and you start to fight, and you start to show, no, I'm going to fight, I'm going to show I'm wrong, I'm not going to be quiet. In that moment, what did you do? you gave importance to a person that not necessarily deserves importance. Or you give importance to something that you don't want to give importance. And that Abotai can be applied even with our Yitzhara. A lot of people, Abotai, they have a big struggle fighting with the evil inclination. Sometimes Abotai, all it needs is just to show no importance to it. And the moment there is no importance to it, even if it has strength, you kill it. You ignore it. And that Abotai is something we could learn in this Parasha, and especially for the young generation today. We tell Abotai to listen to every voice, to every person that's trying to pull us down, to every comment that the person receives for whatever he did, whatever he acted. Abotai, if we walk in the path of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we have our eyes focused on where we want to be, nothing Abotai can interrupt, and nothing Abotai can push us forward. If there's anything that can Chas v'Shalom come to try to pull us down, is the way we react to situations like this. Because by ignoring it, you completely obliviate it from existence. When we try to fight back and we try to show strength, what do we actually do? We give it strength as well. And that Abotai can actually be connected to today's Sefirah, Chesed. As you know, Abotai, last week I spoke about the concept. A lot of times kindness can come in the form of judgment. So a lot of the time judgment can come in the form of kindness. But sometimes when you want to fight an enemy, when you want to fight an evil inclination, when you want to fight someone that's trying to pull you down, what do? You're kind with him. I didn't hear. Doesn't matter. Not important. Not going to react. Not going to answer. And that is actually a way how a person can fight kindness, fight judgment with what? With complete kindness. So we see, Abotai, we have to use these tools in order to better ourselves and to become the best version of ourselves. Because we can overcome all our problems without violence, without answering, with being a respectful person, with having our heads high and knowing that we are in walking b'derech eretz. That Abotai is something that is very big. So sometimes fighting judgment is with kindness, B'ezrat Hashem. Now, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us the power always to act with the attribute of kindness and succeed with the attribute of kindness. And to put that aside, Abotai, today is Sunday. Like I always say, every Sunday it's very important. We want Parasha for the week. Everyone should read the Mizmor of the Parasha, Kaf Gimel, in Mechila Kaf Dalet, in the Tehillim. And B'ezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give us big Parasha. Kaf Dalet is 24. And that's like why we say every week. It's the Aliyah that we do in Ptichat Eichal. It's the Aliyah we do whenever in a Rosh Hashanah when we want Parasha for the entire year. So we do it every week to have Parasha for the week. So we should not forget whoever did not have the time to do so. So may HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us a week full of Baracha B'Atzlacha, B'Siyata D'Shmai, and may HaKadosh Baruch Hu hear all our prayers and fulfill all our heart's wishes. Amen. B'Ezrat Hashem.